Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best bike rack for cars in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 11. Hollywood Express 3-Bike Car Rack. If you're looking for something simple and budget-friendly, the Hollywood F9 Express E3 bike rack could be the ticket. Able to transport up to 3 bikes at a time, it's super sturdy and capable, as long as you use all 6 of its straps to achieve adequate grip on a solid area of your car. Without this, there's a risk of wobbling. To keep things as simple as possible, the rack arrives readily assembled, so there's no need to scratch your head with an instruction manual, and when it's not in use you can fold it neatly away into the boot for storage. Rubber tabs keep the car's paintwork protected, while the bike frames are shielded from each other with rubber separators. Number 10. Twin 320 Car Bike Rack. This affordable and foldable bike rack from Decathlon can carry up to 3 bikes, and is designed to sit high up so as not to get in the way of your registration plate or rear lights. When not in use it folds flat and can be easily stored away until you need it again. It features adjustable straps for a good fit, and the feet that come into contact with the car are rubberized to protect the paintwork. It does come with some padding to protect your bike frames from damage, however we'd also recommend supplementing it with a bit extra to be safe. Bikes that don't feature a horizontal top tube will need an adapter to hold them in place. Number 9. Thule Raceway 3 992. Using a series of ratcheting locking cables to secure the rack to your car, the Raceway rack is easy on paint jobs, and the built-in fit dial system makes sure once the rack is mounted, it's not going anywhere. Unlike most of these trunk boot style racks, the Raceway 3 can actually be locked to the car. It will hold 3 bikes using a top tube mount that Thule calls road damping cradles to protect your frame from bumps. The rack also utilizes no-sway cages which prevent the bikes from knocking into one another as you're cruising down the road. The cages are also fully adjustable for bikes of every size. Number 8. Sari's Bones 2 Bike. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is the mantra Sari's has used with its Bones 2 Bike trunk boot car bike rack. The design was first introduced in 1996 and hasn't changed all that much since. It's available in 2 and 3 bike versions and is made from 100% recyclable materials, and everything from the articulating feet to the arms are adjustable to make the rack fit onto just about any car, including those with small spoilers. The arm that supports the bikes is curved, which provides extra clearance, and the seat post strap prevents the bikes from wobbling around too much when everything is mounted. Unfortunately, the front wheel is still free to move around, although this is something that even the best car bike racks of this style fail to efficiently address. Number 7. Thule Upride. There are a lot of similarities between the Thule Upride and the Yakima High Road. We've decided to include them both because they are both high-quality wheel-on options for mounting a bike on top of a car. The front mount of the Yakima is a little bit easier to use, while the rear strap on the Thule is a little bit nice and it's more protective of the rear wheel. When it comes to locking, the Thule has the advantage in that there's no cable and instead it's integrated into the rack. The biggest point of differentiation though is going to be the larger system. A key advantage of a roof rack is that it can extend beyond just a single bike rack. If you think you like the other pieces in one system versus the other, you'll want the matching bike rack for that system. Trunk and boot racks attach to the back of your car using straps, with feet stabilizing the whole thing against the car. With trunk boot racks, installing the rack correctly is paramount. If you don't have something in the right place, or pulled tautly, it can damage the paint on your vehicle. The other challenge with these types of racks is that they work best with a traditional style of bike. The ideal bike for going on a trunk or boot mount rack has a flat top tube and plenty of room in the main triangle. Any bike with a big slope in the top tube or something heavier is going to be much more difficult to mount. The advantage of trunk mount racks is that they are super light and inexpensive. If it's incredibly rare that you use a rack and you just need to occasionally transport an older road bike, then these might be worth a look. The price is going to be well below what you will pay for any other type of rack, and they are so small you can keep one in the car for emergencies. Number 6. Rocky Mounts Switch Hitter. Hailing from Colorado, Rocky Mounts is a company that specializes in making high-quality products at excellent prices. They aren't always the most feature-rich, but they are always high quality. Rocky Mounts doesn't make any crossbars, but they do have products that will work with both factory and aftermarket crossbars. The Switch Hitter is an option that connects to bikes with 9mm quick-release front skewers as well as current through-axle standards. Using a roof mount with the front wheel removed keeps the bike just a little lower, plus it's highly secure. Number 5. Yakima High Road. The Yakima High Road is currently on the roof of this rider's car and is one of our favorite car-bike racks because it doesn't touch the frame at any point and is compatible with 26 to 29-inch wheels regardless of axle standard. It's one of the easiest and intuitive roof racks to use, provided your car isn't too tall. There is no faffing with adapters, and you don't even need to adjust the front wheel loop to suit different wheel sizes. The rack holds bikes securely even if your trip to the trailhead involves some overlanding and it's not an eyesore either. Come to think of it, the High Road is nearly perfect but could do with a set of locking barrels and be more accommodating when it comes to mudguards. Number 4. Seasucker Talon QR1. The Seasucker Talon doesn't look much like a roof rack at first, but this innovative design can carry a single bike with the front wheel removed. Doing away with nuts and bolts, it uses vacuum suction cups to affix your bike to the roof of your car. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe and very effective, and the Talon comes with a pump included that you can use to remove air from the cups so you know it's firmly stuck into place. According to the brand, each cup has a pull rating of 95 kilograms, so that sucker's not going anywhere. Meanwhile, the rack itself weighs a mere 2.12 kilograms in total and is so small that it can be stored away easily when not in use. Number 3. Yakima Fold Click 2. Yakima's Fold Click 2 car bike rack utilizes the tow bar instead of the hitch receiver and has a surprisingly high weight limit. You can easily carry 2 e-bikes and still have weight left over. Not only is the rack quick and easy to install, but it weighs just 14 kilograms. The big selling point here, however, is its ability to quickly fold away, not to mention the inclusion of a ramp to help you get your bike in place come loading time. Its design features 2 wheel trays as well as arms and clamps to grab onto your bike's frame. A foot pedal unclips the base of the rack to tilt it out of the way so you can quickly get into your trunk. The setup also includes a locking system for both the bikes and rack itself. Most roof racks attach to crossbars. For some vehicles that will mean factory rails that come pre-installed, but even if you've got a flat roof, there are options. Aftermarket brands offer a range of bars to fit the flat roof of most vehicles with options that range in price and style. There are less expensive square bars or sleek aerodynamic offerings. Bikes are then secured to the roof using the frame, front wheel or front axle. Each of these has advantages and disadvantages. However, the key thing to consider is, will you be able to lift your bike onto the roof in the first place? If you're driving a tall SUV, consider a hitch or tow bar car bike rack, as getting heavy bikes onto the roof can be precarious. For e-bikes, the weight means this style of rack isn't going to work at all. As long as you are comfortable getting your bike up on the roof, there are a few options for how they stay there. Wheel-off systems keep the bike a little lower and make it a little easier to lift up on the roof. The challenge with using the axle to secure the bike is that there are a lot of variations. Different axle standards and hub spacing might mean easy to lose adapters. Number 2. Quat NV 2.0. Quat makes some of the best looking car bike racks on the market. It uses a half-wheel loop design similar to the Thule Pro XT as well as a ratchet strap, meaning it can accommodate a range of wheel sizes and tires of up to 4.8 inches in width. The wheel cradles are adjustable to avoid bikes bumping into each other on the rack, and there are removable cable locks. The installation process is tool-free, and an expanding adapter takes up space in your car's hitch receiver to eliminate wobbles. The tilt switch can be engaged hands-free, and there is even a brilliant bike repair stand built in for adjustments and repairs. Number 1. Rocky Mounts Monorail Solo Hitch Bike Rack. Not everyone needs to carry a bunch of heavy bikes. Also, not everyone wants to leave their rack attached to the car when not in use. If you only occasionally use a bike rack and you tend to ride alone, or at least drive to the ride alone, then the Rocky Mounts Monorail Solo is a perfect choice. The price is lower than other options and it's exceptionally light at only 25 pounds, taking it off the car and storing it is an easy one-handed affair. It also doesn't lock you into your current situation. If you decide you need to start carrying a second bike, the monorail add-on allows adding capability. A few screws and a 5-minute transformation will have you ready to double your load capability. For the times when you aren't using the monorail add-on, it's just as light and easy to handle as the base unit.